must have it inside you to love and to serve your people. If you are living in India and India is doing very well, people are living in Malaysia, living across the whole of Southeast Asia, and that those countries are doing very well. If you want to live there without replicating those things back home that is making you to enjoy life in those places, that means you are an evil person you shouldn't serve. Allow me to repeat. If you travel to America, you travel to Europe, you see skyscrapers, you see wonderful roads, you see beautiful bridges and beautiful houses, you fail to bring it back, or you fail to think, how can I take these things back to something? That means you are not cut out to serve your people. Because as a servant of your people, anywhere you see something good, you want to bring it back to your own people. Therefore, those who are called into service are those who are naturally made and built for this very calling. But it is very, very, and some of you are saying it's very difficult, sometimes it's very hard. Our people can be very, very frustrating. Do not look at people. Look at the end goal. Always focus on the objective: freedom, freedom, freedom for everybody. When Biafra does come, of course it's going to come. When it does come, eventually. Let me tell you how I console myself sometimes. Look at the way we revere, we love, and we venerate Ojukwu. And he did not get us Biafra. Look at the way we love and venerate Timothy Onwatu and all those that fought. Imagine the love we have for Colonel Akuzie and all the rest of them. The love we have for Mobosi and all the rest of them. Remember the love we have for the lives of Madiebo and all the rest of them. Did they get Biafra for us? The answer is no. Now imagine what will happen to your name when Biafra comes. Forever, you see the way that the Bible till today, have you forgotten about Moses, Joshua, Caleb? Have you forgotten them? You have not. These are people that fought and released Israel, the children of God, to inhabit the land that God gave to them. Till today, remember them. Let me tell you the truth, honestly, before heaven and this earth. Anybody who is part of this very movement, from the highest to the lowest, that it will be a time when your grandchildren will go to school, or your great-grandchildren will go to, they will ask them, was your mom or dad part of IPOB? That will be all you will require in life to succeed. In other words, if you are serving IPOB, if you are in IPOB, you are preparing yourselves for immortality. This flesh may die, but your name will live forever and ever. Because we appreciate. Let me tell you, there is something our people don't know. Despite our stubbornness, our high-headedness, our sometimes very difficult way of understanding each other or doing things, our people are very, very appreciative of those that serve them in truth and in every honesty. That is who we are. Our people never forget those that serve them honestly and diligently. The same way we remember Mbakwe till today. Who is going to forget Dr. Michael Okpa? It's impossible. That is who we are. We never forget those that serve us in truth. We know that Okpa served us in truth and in every honesty. He built our land. We know that Mbakwe came, exactly what I told you before. What is it that Okpa and Mbakwe have in common? They went abroad, they saw good things abroad, and they brought it back home. Why do you think that Malaysia is developed? If you're a minister in Malaysia, you travel abroad, you didn't bring back any idea, they will sack you. That means your trip abroad is a waste. What did you learn? Bring it back here. Let us replicate it. What you're doing and other principal officers all over the world is building up what I call an identity of immortality. Forever and ever, your lineage, your children will be remembered and celebrated. Can you imagine if today somebody were to come to you to say, I am from the lineage of Joshua, or from the lineage of Moses? I'm sure even if you're sitting there, you will stand up to greet them. Something that money can never buy. When you remember all these things, then you redouble your effort. Because you're not working for any man. You are working to fulfill the promise of the creator of the universe. The promise that God made, you are bringing it to life. What you're doing is beyond human understanding. What IPOB is doing, man cannot understand it. Because we are bringing down or calling down the kingdom of heaven upon this very earth. As Yeshua prayed. Let thy will be done on this earth as it is in heaven. Thank you very much. Let's take this call. The caller on the line, can you hear me? Your name and where you're calling from, please.
Yes, my supreme leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the supreme leader of the indigenous people of Biafra. To go Biafra be with you because they're doing a normal job to save the life of Biafra, not only the life of Biafrans, to save the black race from the shackles of Tamnakot, Republic of the Sioux, and in Africa as a whole. My name is Mazi Nnamdi. I'm calling from the city of Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Mazi, what I want to ask you right now, you have reiterated that, you have touched it from the last caller before me, but what I want to ask, because we have known there is a lot of benefits we are going to get, but Mazi, there's something confusing me, some of the Biafrans or some of the IPOB, those that claimed that they have joined IPOB. They don't attend the meeting. They are IPOB under oath. They came to meeting and took oath with IPOB. Some people come to the meeting from 2 years, 3 years, 6 months. They don't contribute to dime. They don't pay monthly dues. They don't pay any kind of levy you bring out or you brought out in IPOB. When you go talk to them private, they have now reminded, don't know what you are telling me. I am IPOB under oath. They have taken oath on IPOB. Therefore, I am IPOB. You're not going to deprive me of my IPOB membership. These are the people, or you remind you that they have been on IPOB for 8 years ago, 2017, 2015. But since more than 5 years, 3 years, 2 years, he has never even paid common 20 common dime to his monthly dues. We don't talk about other compulsory levy. So my question is, what is the position of these people? Because if you try to talk to them even private, they will now remind you that, mind you, I am IPOB. I'm under oath. I took the oath you took with me. And some people will be trying all their best, spend their time, attend meetings, pay the dues, pay other, even do evangelism, do a lot of things to make sure that we awaken the consciousness of our people living in, especially I'm saying this in Malaysia precisely. They claim they are with you, with IPOB, but they are not doing anything in IPOB. Call it dues, call it attend the meeting. They don't do, but they say they are IPOB, they're under oath. So where are we going to place them? Or what is it going to happen with this sort of people? Because it's full in Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur, precisely. Thank you, Mazi, and to go grab Biafra, continue to be with you for what you are doing for Biafra. Thank you very much,
Thank you very much, thank you. There are fair weather friends. There are those that will fall by the wayside. I remind you of the power on the line. Can you hear me? Your name and where you're calling from, please. Scatter this sea.
Especially I'm saying this in Malaysia precisely. They claim they are with you.
Will fall on rocky grounds. Some will fall on the sand. Some may even fall on thorns. Only those that fell on fertile ground will be able to germinate and bear forth fruit. For those people shall be called Umu Chineke, the sons of God Almighty in heaven, and daughters, of course. Not everybody that says, my father will enter heaven. And with that, I bring that to an end. You will understand what I'm talking about. And Elohim is in charge. and we are moving forward. Forget about them and continue to move. The caller on the line, can you hear me?
Yes, Mazi. Good afternoon from here. I'm calling from Malaysia.
From Malaysia as well. Please go ahead. We're listening. Please go ahead. Are you one of those that don't pay their dues in Malaysia? You don't attend meetings?
Not really, Mazi.
Okay.
I do. My name is Ifeanyi.
Ifeanyi, turn down your system. I can hear your system. Turn it down, please. Turn your system down.
Okay, Mazi. I have.
Go ahead.
Mazi, my question is concerning these people that say they are not evil.
No, not Igbo people. No. Don't say that, please. Igbo people did not say they are not Igbo. It is only those raised with money from abandoned property. It is guilty conscience that is pursuing them. Wike needed to deny his Igbo identity in order to serve his Fulani masters very, very well. Wike knows that he's an Igbo man, but he is ravaged by guilty conscience. Some of them, their fathers stole properties that didn't belong to them. And in our land, it's a taboo. In Igbo land, in Igbo culture, it is a taboo for you to steal landed property belonging to your brother, your cousin, or your sister. For them to shield themselves from the ravages of guilt, they said they are not Igbo. Of course, Igbo is Igbo. Have you not seen the new state creation that they are touting all over the place, the Fulani Janjaweed? They want to create a state comprising of Igbo people, as well as those of them they took from Omok, which are Igbo people, into a new state. Do not despair. No Igbo person, no sensible Igbo man said he is not Igbo. Let me tell you what has been happening in the zoo and what they do very cleverly. Before now, when the Yoruba media was against us in line with the Janjaweed, they magnify what idiots like we can say. What ordinary people are. Anytime you say, I am Igbo, nobody will publish it. But if you say, I am Igbo, I'm not Igbo, every paper will carry it. That is why it is always very good for us to read between the lines. Forget about the noise making of a few empty barrels, like we can, and listen to the voice of reason of other well-meaning Igbo sons and daughters. They know they are Igbo. Everybody knows this very clearly. Some of them claim they are from Igodo. I don't dispute that. But Igodo is also Igbo land. If it comes down.
I've answered the question because I see no reason why someone that speaks Igbo, that do everything like Igbo, will begin to deny his identity.
When you lose a war, it's always like that. When you lose a war, it's always like that. We fought a war of attrition for 3 years. The Fulani Janjaweed came and gave biscuit and chewing gum and tobacco to some people and kai hot drink to some people and say, one Nigeria, if you don't say you are one Nigeria, we'll kill you. I had a good brother of ours from America speak to me. And then he told me, this is the so-called Delta or Delta Igbo. He told me that they are from Uri. His father was the traditional ruler of his people. Every year, Ezeri will come to their village and sprinkle clay on the ground. They are from Uri. That is the way it is. Till tomorrow morning, we know who we are. Those who claiming they are not Igbo, they are living in denial. And I go as far as saying that everybody is Igbo. If you're a Joe, if you're a Ibibio, and I say it clearly, go back and interpret it however way you want it to be interpreted. The truth stands eternal. And I keep saying to them, are you doubting me? That all of us are Igbo? One that doubted me a few days ago, I said to him, go back to Google and Google the word Ibibio. After he Googled the word Ibibio, I asked him, please read to me what you can see. He said, related to Igbo. I asked him to Google Efik. He Googled Efik. What can you see? Efik and Ibibio are one, both are related to Igbo. I asked him to Google a job. He Googled a job. I asked him, read to me what you can see. He saw a job related to Igbo. I said to him, do you want us to continue? He said, no, he's seen enough. And that was it. That is the truth. We are all one people. That is why Nsibidi came. That is why if you go to Abreba today, they speak the same language, or more or less, with the Ibibio people. If you go to a Charam, there is no difference between a Charam and Aochupu. It is the same thing. That is why CBD came from there. CBD is a uniting form of writing that binds the whole of Biafra together. If you go to places like Ihiala, if you go to Ihiala today, to Obulisuzo, do you know where they came from? They came from Igoromigoro land. Obulisuzo, you see today in Ihiala, their ancestral home is Igoromigoro. Why are we deceiving ourselves? As I said before, once your mother ties two-piece wrapper, you are one of us. Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much for your call. Thank you. We are live and direct. We are educating. We are sensitizing. We are enlightening. You know, Janjaweed, they listen to these our broadcasts and they go crazy. He is brainwashing them. He is doing this. I said simply, we are all Igbo people. Do you doubt me? Go to any village in Anambra right now, get a man that is up to 90 years old and above, and ask him about the war between the two people and the Oba, and he will tell you. Everything we say is backed up with facts and figures. That is why we can never fail. And our people are very intelligent. That's one thing about Biafran people. Once you make sense to them, they will understand it and they will follow you. I have a caller now on the line. This caller, give us your name and where you're calling from. We are live and we are direct at the world.
My good morning, sir.
Good morning to you.
Yeah, my name is Charles Obidike.
Charles Obidike. Yes, and where are you calling from?
Yeah,
Charles Obidike, where are you calling from?
Good morning, sir. The man that told you
we are live and direct. Please hold on a second. We are live on the air, please. Our barrister is calling me. We are broadcasting, we are live on the air. Yes, please, continue. My dear brother, continue.
Okay. So, I don't know, it pains me each time you come on air and start talking about the black man, the way they reason and all this. And I'm one of the black man, but I know I've never reasoned like that because even up to today, I am not an IBU member. I'm not an IBU member, but I have been following what you have been saying since 2014 till today. And no one has ever seemed to be lie. All of them are truth. And you made me to become like as I've gone to university more than the people that was my age mate. I'm 64 years of today. But all these things we are saying in this country and wherever you are, they are all truth. And nothing more is truth. And it pains me when anybody is making any argument concerning this, concerning that. I don't know, people will see truth, but the level we are in it today is because of our church in this country, Nigeria. They are the part of the problem. 80% of the problem, they are the one who caused it. Because in the Bible, when Elijah and Elisha and all of them were prophesying or doing the work of God, when you do something that is not good, even the king, they will go and tell him. Because I remember what happened in 2 Kings chapter 1, when a king fell from his house and then decided to go and ask the God of Ekron whether if he will live again. Elijah met his servant that he sent on the road to tell him that you should go back and tell the king, is it because there's no God in Israel? That is why you are going to ask the God of Ekron. And because of that, you will die. You will never get up from that bed. And when the man sent people to come and kill the Elijah, first 50% of people with their captain, they died. Fire consumed them. The second one, the same thing. The third one came and began to dialogue, beg, in other words. And when he followed them, the angel of God asked him to come and follow them. And when they get to that place, he told the king rightly that because you went to go and look other God that is not God, you will die. Then today, look at people we have in our church. Somebody like Redeem, who is calling us to go and come and go to heaven, knows that there is no God. And he went as rock. And he came back, and people were asking him, what did he see there? He said he was threatening not to talk. And up to today, he never tell anybody anything. And yet, they are telling us to come and pay. I have said I will no longer go to church until when Biafra come, before we know what we are doing. Because it is annoying and paying. All the people, Christians are killing in the north. Nobody is talking. No church is talking.
They are building auditorium. I will go to build 10,000 auditorium where Christians are being killed in the north. They say nothing. I don't blame them. them. I blame these idiots that go to these useless, idiotic churches and patronize them. I blame them. But in all fairness, there are some preachers that have come out recently to condemn what is happening. There are good ones among them. Let us not tar them with the same brush.
Just tell me somebody will look at a factory closed and close the factory, then take that, convert that factory to church and begin to pray for you to get work. Does that make any sense? You close the factory where people will be going to work.
Yes, convert it to church and then be praying.
Suffering to this length, people will get to understand. So I appreciate you. Only thing is that my God will continue to supply all your needs according to His glory by Christ Jesus. I pray that no evil shall befall you in all days of your life, with your family. You will actualize and make us to be human being again in the mighty name of Jesus. That is my prayer for you this morning.
Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much. Thank you very, very much, my dear brother. Everybody approach this issue. He's given us a very new perspective. There is somebody called Pastor Otis. I don't know if he's related to the principle of Otis that I was under in Government College of Mine. I don't know. Otis. It must be. And I have to call him back. Let me call him back. Because Otis was a very good principal. He was a principal at Government College of Mine. Let me see if I don't know if this is the son. I don't know if it is. But Otis must be part and parcel of that glorious family. I love Otis immensely. Let me see if I can get him to speak to us, please. I want to ask him. He's a pastor. I want to ask him if he is related to Otis, one-time principal at Government College Omai. I want to ask him. I have elected to try to call him back to see if he can speak to us. I don't think so. The line is ringing, but I don't think he is not speaking up, not yet. I wanted to find out if he is. Yes, he's picked up now. The caller on the line, are you Pastor Otis? Is that correct?
Yes, I'm Pastor Otis. I'm from Abreba.
You're from Abreba. Yes. Are you related to the principal of Government College Umuahia, Otis?
No, I'm not related to, but it's closer to near to our village.
Okay, the same village, but not yours. Okay. It seems, are you a pilot? It seems you're flying an aircraft. There's a background noise where you are.
No, I am beside a metro. I'm going to work, but at the same time, that's what I'm trying to communicate with you this morning. Good morning, sir.
Good morning to you.
Yes, my name is Pastor Otis. It's the first time I introduce myself as a pastor because many people don't know I am a pastor. But I always say my name is Otis. But today I decided to introduce myself as a pastor ordained by the Japan, and the pastor is in German today. His name is Pastor Sami Ilpo. He's living in German today. He's a Japan too. And my question this morning is concerning the oil well that the Nigerian government are taking, and it seems that when the northern oligarchy have both the gold and the other mineral resources, they call it their personal own, but our own become a national case. How, when are we going to take back all our things? Because the world seems that they are not listening to what we are saying, or the campaign we have been sending to them later from UN and other angle of the world, but they keep moved and they keep watching, looking for us to die until they will come to our rescue. I think is it the time that we're supposed to take back our things and pursue all the white people that are taking all control in our land? That the war that we are looking for, they can be able to get it, or are we going to stay until they wipe all from the face of the earth? That's my question, my leader.
Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much for that. The truth of the matter is that the people giving the impetus to the Fulani Janjaweed to keep their gold and their diamond from Zamfara, but be drinking our own oil, is because of the lives the people are, the lives of Wike, Amechi, Hopos, and all the Fulefus. If they get together and say enough is enough, there will be no oil going to the north. They will try to bring down their army and will defeat them. Nigerian army cannot fight. They are very weak. Everybody knows that they can fight. That is why they are begging foreign mercenaries. That's why they are begging Cameroon, they are begging Chad, they are begging Niger, poorest countries in the world, to come and help the giants of Africa to fight. This is one thing that people do not understand. They are being deceived by the war that happened. People think till today that that Nigeria fought a war against Biafra and defeated Biafra, that Gowon was an all-conquering general. It is a lie. It is a lie. Without the help, without Britain, Russia, OAU to an extent, Egypt, and the appraisals of the USA, there is no way that Nigeria could have defeated Biafra. It's not in a million years. This is the same army that cannot even defeat a ragtag band of terrorists in Boko Haram or bandits. We should do away with fear. Fear is a debilitating disease. They are taking our oil and gas because we allowed ourselves to become divided and deceived. They appointed the Willings Commission to divide the so-called Niger Delta or carve them away from the wider eastern region. The same white man did not go to the north to create a minority commission for the so-called minorities in the north, being yoked by Fulani. No. These are the things that people do not understand about this. The reason why they are angry with IPOB and trotting out all this propaganda against us and my good self is because they know we know their game. And we have discovered their game plan. We now know how possible it was for an Ikwere man to say, I'm not Ikwere, for somebody from a job to say, oh, I'm not part of the East or part of Biafra. That was how they deceived Edwin Clark of Pandef. So they can take our oil. That was how they deceived Ken Sarawiwa. So they can go and take our oil. Today, Ogoni hasn't been cleaned up. Today, people are suffering in Ogoni land, whereas the Sultan of Sokoto owns nearly 20 oil wells in Biafra land. None of us owns an oil well. You need to understand what they have done to us and how we are going to untangle it. And it's a very simple process. By educating and enlightening our people to understand that we are one first and foremost. That is why the Fulanis to subjugate you, they come with one north. They never divide the north. They will tell you we are one north. One. If you try to divide Fulani from Hausa, they will say no, we are one people. But they come to your land, you allow them to divide you. That makes you a very big fool. Let's take this call. The caller on the line, can you hear me? This is Radio Biafra, we are live and direct. Please turn your system down. I beg all of you, please. Turn down your system. Well, once I pick your call, turn off your system. Because what I'm going to say, the whole world is going to hear it. What you're saying, the whole world is also going to hear it. You don't need to hear your voice 2 times, do you? Please, go ahead.
Thank you, sir.
Go ahead.
Thank you. Ahmadike, I have a question for you. How are you doing, my lord?
Elohim is kind to us.
God bless you. Thank you. Sir, my question is this. I have 3 questions. One is this. What do you want to tell our Biafrans who see themselves serving in Nigerian police, in Onitsha, in Owerri, in Aba, in Ebonyi, killing and humiliating their brothers? A brother who is a keke na pep driver, who put a flag of Biafra in his keke. Our Nigeria, our Biafran brother who serves in the Nigerian police will detain him and kill him. Who put a bangle of Biafran flag or Biafran identity, a bangle or a necklace, something that gives you hope and joy, something that you look at, you summon courage, something that you look at the logo or the flag, you move on, irrespective of the suffering and the hardship, you move on. Our Biafran police, who is in Aba, who is in Owerri, who is in Oka, who is in Enugu, will kill detain and they humiliate that person? That is my number one question. What message do you have for such an individual who is
their end is coming. Their end is also coming, and there will be no pity, there will be no mercy. We have all their names.
Who has a child who is suffering in the same dilapidated school, in the same abandoned area, in the same gutter that all of us are living? He's there with us. That's my number one question. My number two is this. What message do you have? What message do you have for our so-called pastors who has refused to open their mouth and say the truth, who continue to deceive us to pray for Nigeria when they know that God will not answer that question? What message do you have for them? Now, my number three question is this. You have said it over and over again, and it is truth. All you have said is the truth, and we know you are saying the truth, and that is why we must follow you. We will continue to follow you. You said it, and it is written that the kingdom of God suffereth the violent, and the violent will take it by force. My Lord, my question is this to you is this. One time again in America, you told a lady, you were having a meeting with them, you said, let them give us ammunition. The lady said that she did not hear you well. What did you say? You repeated that question. Now it has come. My question again is this. Are we going to fight? If we are going to fight, are there things that we need to have? Those who cannot fight, like a sword, or those who do not have the liver to withstand this thing, let them start running now. If you want to run to Cameroon so that you can start running, if you are in the north and you want to sacrifice yourself for there, you sacrifice. What is our fate? Because this thing will not come for free. We must fight. So that people will say, had I known we are going, or had it been we were told that we are going to fight, I would have dig a trench where I will hide with my family, or I would have run away. So, is there any way people will be made to understand? Because even those in the north, when we keep telling them that this is not people of our tribe, these are not brothers. The people that you're staying in their place are not brothers, because they will kill you. We keep telling them come back home, they refuse. I was living in the north, I lived in the north, I live in Nasarawa, I lived in Plateau, I live in Kanu. I come back home. So, are we going to fight? Because the lady who asked you that question, what did you say you need? I keep listening to that message, that family meeting you had with them. I keep listening to it over and over again. When she asked, what did you say you need? Today, I think wherever that lady is, she will be going to, I think from World People Congress anyway, she will be listening to that message where you told them what you need openly. And she refused. I don't know whether they honored that meeting that day or what. I accepted your request, but today they have brought that killing to our house. And it is real. It is true that they brought it. They are killing us on daily basis.
I will answer your question, my dear brother. Listen via your team device. Let me answer your question. Number one, we are keeping tag of every police officer or personnel involved, especially Biafrans, in the molestation, in the facilitation of the abduction of our people, and I'm telling their families now that there will be no mercy. We are going to succeed. It's not a question of if. We are going to bring about the coming of Biafra. There is nothing any idiot can do about it. Nothing. And when that time comes, we are going to judge you very harshly. And if you're found guilty, you'll be hanged at the nearest tree closest to your father's compound. All of you in police uniform in our land, aiding Fulani Janjaweed, the same Fulani you're helping to abduct your own fellow blood relatives, are helping bandits and terrorists to kill your people in the north. I want you to understand all these useless, especially those in Imo State. Hope for them will never ever be forgiven. The something as we from we goes for weak as well. All of you claiming you are obeying order came from above. When the time comes, God is my witness, you will be Janjaweed should I say, incursion into our land. As for the pastors, may God have mercy upon your wretched, idiotic souls. There are good pastors here, but all of you that have kept quiet, all of you keeping quiet. Despite what is happening, Archbishop Desmond Tutu fought apartheid from the pulpit. All of you, some of you, just saw that it's about tithe and offering and building on the podium that will contain skeletons. I'm asking you. Shameless people call themselves the men of God, more or less like the men of Satan. None of you will see the kingdom of heaven because you're all evil people using the name of God to deceive, using the name of God to accumulate wealth, using the name of God to do heaven knows what, to prop up a decaying evil regime. You ask me, what do we need to fight? We need guns and we need bullets. Because let me make one thing very clear to all of you. Those of you who are so idiotic because you were raised in the zoo, you schooled in the zoo, all you are thinking is about the Zoological Republic. You know nothing about Fulani Janjaweedism. What they are doing to you today is in their bone marrow, is in their DNA. They will never stop. The only thing that can stop Fulani is the sea, Atlantic Ocean. And they are coming. And as I said, I will do a program on Sunday that will shock all of you. To understand the mindset of the Fulani and the hatred they have for you. That is why any policeman or army man, you're a Biafran, you're helping them to arrest, to torture, to abduct, as is happening now in Imo State. Now I'm saying it in all of you are now, it goes through one ear, comes out of the other. When things will happen in Imo, don't say I did not warn you. I'm telling you, this thing what Odema is doing and all of you are quiet. When something will happen in Imo State, you know where, don't say I did not warn you. Because the rage is coming. All of you helping Fulani to conquer our account. All of you will suffer one, all of you will die one after the other.
Who asked you to do that?
If you like the police and the army. Fulani came in as a minority and conquered the house, conquered everybody down and are coming down to our side. You cannot ask yourself a simple question. Why is it that Fulani can say they will remain in Yoruba land no matter what? Why are they not saying it about the East? Because of Eastern Security Network. We are there to protect you and your family and your lineage and your heritage. Yet you are so blind that idiotic you cannot see it. If you are in the north, you are a sacrificial lamb. And on that note, we bring today's proceedings to an end. I will try to reinstate this question and answer every Friday to answer the idiots and the rumor mongers and the liars and the deceivers and the conspirators. Guardian newspaper has published the same rubbish again. Anytime we are making waves, what they want to do is that they bribe Google and they trot out all these useless, concocted write-ups by DSS and they populate the search. If you go to Google now, search for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in Google, you will see them. What happened in the registration of IPOB in England has made us to think twice and all that rubbish. All lies. A country of lies. How can I support a country that lives on peddling lies and deceiving people? As I said before, if not for IPOB, some of you learned illiterates will be going about thinking Ojukwu declared war on Biafra, whereas all Ojukwu wanted was restructuring, the same restructuring you're asking for after 50 years. Now, who is the idiot? Now you see why I call you people zoo animals. Because you cannot reason properly. And that is why I maintain anybody who calls himself or herself a Nigerian, I can never regard you as a human being. Thank you all for listening. I'll be back on Sunday. Play by TF Bluetooth mode.